Hi, it's Diana, getting ready to make some pancakes in probably the first kitchen I ever made pancakes in. Certainly the first kitchen I ever baked in, though it's been redone so it does not look like it did when I was a kid. And these pancakes go with the story Hunters in the Snow. We did some analysis. We're now stepping into the food. It is not morning. But one thing I like about pancakes is that really they're good whenever you have them. This, I'm going to be making my favorite pancake recipe. I've done over the years many different kinds and I like them all. I've made German oven pancake, yummy. I've made a yeasted pancake, also yummy. But my favorite is this buttermilk pancake, and it does have blueberries in it, or it can have blueberries in it. I used to always put blueberries in it, and then my younger child did not like the blueberries. So what I started doing, instead of mixing them into the batter, is sprinkling them in after pouring out the pancake, and that way some could have blueberries and some could not. And I like them both ways. I don't have any blueberries here with me, so these will probably be plain pancakes. Also, the list keeps going on. It's very interesting trying to accomplish things in a not your space, and also a space that's not, nobody really cooks in this kitchen currently. But I don't have any buttermilk, and instead of going to buy buttermilk, I'm going to try it with the yogurt that I have. I don't know what that's going to look like, and I'm just jumping ahead of myself. So the first thing to do is to gather my ingredients. Here we go, an adventure in the kitchen with pancakes. Gratefully, no snow. No snow. The first thing I'm going to mention is I really like doing pancakes in a measuring cup because I like to be able to pour. And then I don't have something that I mixed it in and something I pour in one bowl. Really, I'll have two because I'll do the dry ingredients in one and then the wet ingredients, and I'll end up with two. The other thing is I usually double the recipe because I'm cooking for people who like pancakes. Today it's just me. I'm going to double the recipe anyway. Why? I don't know. You know, I put pancakes in the toaster. So I can freeze them, I can put them in the toaster, that kind of thing. I'm also using a pan. Usually I use an electric skillet. That's my favorite. I don't have electric skillet here. Okay. I had to make substitution with the yogurt for buttermilk. I'm trying to think of what else is different about this recipe and why I like it. When I like buttermilk, this is going to make some thick pancakes because the yogurt, even though it's thinned a little, it's thick. I like thick pancakes. I don't like those thin ones unless they're the yeasted ones, because the yeasted one, I'm just talking a mile a minute, because the yeasted ones do end up being thin, but generally I like a thick pancake. So the things that are different about this recipe that make it my favorite, I gotta stop stirring. I'm thinking about the stirring. Are one, the dry ingredients include some cornmeal, which to me gives it some texture. It also includes a little bit of sugar, not a bad thing, and some cinnamon. So the yummy, thick, the tang of buttermilk or yogurt, the texture of cornmeal, some cinnamon, blueberries or no blueberries. Why wouldn't these be my favorite? And you know, once you put the ingredients together, pretty much cooking pancakes is the same way, and I don't follow a recipe after that. The other thing I was going to say was, as a kid, because I mentioned I cooked in this kitchen, as a kid, my mother used boxed pancake mix. And it wasn't until I had my own house, not as a student, I must have been in my 30s or late 20s, and I watched Good Eats with Alton Brown, and he talked about how easy it is to mix a pancake mix, and I realized it is very easy to just make pancakes, so I don't bother with a box. And like I said, this recipe includes things like cornmeal, and cinnamon. So no boxes for me. Now the next step is to add the dry. I just went ahead and mixed to add the dry and the wet. Once I do that, it's all activated. So I like to cook right away. This is not an electric skillet. It's but this skillet needs to be warm. So I am not going to put my ingredients together until my skillet is ready. The other thing is low. Cook it on low, or you'll burn, the outsides will burn and the middle will stay raw. I was going to say something else. Oh, my mother used to do the dancing water test and let us do that. I love doing that. So I'll do that in a minute, but I just turned on the heat, so it's going to be a little while. Okay, my pan seems hot. I forgot to get a spatula, but that's easy because it's right here. I'm going to do the water test. I got another script. Water test. Let's see if I'm going to move this, and it could wreak havoc. But let's see if you can see the pan. Lord, I can't see what you're saying, so I'm just it's going to be steamy. Usually. So there's the dancing water. Hopefully that's getting that. Hopefully, whoo, that's really kind of lovely. Bubble, bubble, and a bubble, 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 bubble. Usually, we just take water in our fingers and do this. When I was a kid, that's what we would do. So we wouldn't have that big old bubble, and it would be over by now. And they would dance more all over the thing. But who cares? It's ready. It might be a little too hot. I'm going to turn it down a wee tiny. Oh, and I haven't mixed this stuff yet. And what else was I going to say? Oh, I'm using a non-stick skillet, so I'm not going to use oil. If I were to use oil, I'd probably use spray oil. Though it would be very decadent to have a stick of butter and put the butter on there. That sounds good. But I'm not tub. I don't want butter and syrup dripping down my face. I don't want that. I'm going to put the two together. Woohoo! I think pancakes, I'm pretty sure I'm right. But who knows? Or it's a quick bread. They're more like quick bread than cake. All right. When I get this, I will be able to pour. I will probably do 3 or 4 pancakes at a time. You can tell they're ready when they start to bubble. Not ready, ready to flip. Ooh, this is thick. Okay, yes to very thick batter. Very thick batter. I didn't throw. Very thick batter. That made me think of one of the things on Nailed It. Thick cakes. Thick pancake. And then I have some cooking. It smells like yogurt. The mix smells like it. It smells good. And it's going to be a while because they're so thick. What I'm doing? Oh yeah, there they are. In the without the shadow. They don't. They're just. I just put them on there. They do not. Hello. They do not. What don't? They don't look like they're moving. They don't look like they're moving. So it's going to be a little while. I could get impatient. I am just moving you all over the place. I could get impatient and flat them. Ooh, but they are puffing and they're growing. Puffing and growing and puffing. Move you around, please. Please find the light. Find the light. Go into the light. Okay, here I am with my big old plate of pancakes. There are 3 on there. I made more than 3 pancakes. But 3 is indulgent for me. I can't imagine eating 4 plates of pancakes. I don't know how many were on a stack of those pancakes that Tub ate, but that's a lot of pancakes. Also, I did add syrup. You can see it. I like maple syrup, the real kind, on my pancakes, or honey. I used to, when I was little, eat cane syrup, but not on pancakes. Pancakes were a little too delicate for that. But I also don't want I think I said this already, syrup and stuff dripping down my face. It's like, that does not make me feel full. That makes me feel sticky. So tub is kind of still a conundrum. The whole story is a little strange. If I went back to the story, I'm supposed to be talking about food. So the pancakes, I am going to eat them for my breakfast. This is what I like with my pancakes. Some milk. I said when I was cooking it, the way to tell when they're ready is they start to bubble. Another way is that the top will get, this is before you flip them. It's time to flip them. The top will get a little, I'm going to use this word and it makes it sound horrible, a film. And it's not horrible. It's just like the top doesn't look as liquidy. It looks like it's got a very thin, solid part. And then it's time to flip them. Flipping pancakes more than once creates a very messy pancake. Okay, so I'm going to dig in. I very enjoyed looking at Hunters in the Snow. So many parts of it, including where I am and what was going on around me in my life, were different. Like in the story, things are a little kind of cattywampus and different. There's a different outcome from going to go hunting. Not just that Kenny gets shot, but the way the two men react after Kenny is shot. I am going to, next time, I'm going to move to a piece of poetry that is less about letting somebody die in the back of a pickup truck than this short story. Anyway, I'm going to eat my pancakes. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to, right after I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, tell me a story or a poem or a short story or a kid's book that has a food that you'd like me to look at. Bye.